I love WIC.
Me encanta WIC. Apoya mucho.
They are supportive.
Es útil.
And they're so helpful.
Coma sanamente.
Eat fruits and vegetables.
Su bebé es importante.
So eat healthy. The baby is important. Exercise regularly.
Del embarazo al nacimiento.
From pregnancy to birth, put your nutrition first. Breastfeeding is the best choice.
Dar pecho, la mejor opción.
Yeah, WIC is the best.
WIC es lo mejor. El programa de WIC.
The WIC Show.
Hello, and welcome to the WIC Show, the show about WIC, for WIC, and by WIC. I'm Alana Samuel. Today, we'll show you how yoga can help you get in shape during and after pregnancy. We'll tell you why you should be eating a rainbow. Plus, see how easy it is to make a healthy meal in our WIC Kitchen segment. But first, let's begin with a topic all new parents will eventually face with their new baby: when to start feeding them solids. The WIC Show's Paola Laverde highlights what you need to know about starting your baby eating right.
Now I know my ABCs.
Valentina Vasquez is your typical 6-month-old, full of sunshine, alert, and becoming very active.
Valentina knows how to get off the couch by herself. We have a special bed for her. She knows how to get off of the bed by herself.
She's also ready and very interested in trying solid food.
Well, when we would begin to eat at the table, Valentina began to reach for our food and her lips began to salivate.
These are just some of the cues babies around 6 months old give their parents, telling them they're ready to try table food. WIC nutritionist Candace Poon urges parents to check off a series of cues before introducing solids to their babies.
You want the baby to do several things. For example, they should show interest in food. They should be able to sit up at least with support. So kind of sitting on a high chair, that's great support already. They should be able to open and keep the spoon in the mouth for a little bit, and then when you are about to let go, they should be able to let go rather than struggling with you. If they're full, they should be able to suggest that, okay, I'm done, or they don't want food at that time, they're supposed to turn their head.
It's important to wait until your baby is around 6 months old, because by this time, her tongue, which at birth could only suck and thrust out, can now push back towards the throat, making it easier for her to swallow solid food.
If you introduce it too early, the baby wouldn't know what to do with food in their mouth. It's either going to sit there or just they're going to spit it out. Another thing, again, the intestines, you really want them to mature first, and that way it reduces chances of allergies, especially to protein.
Like this.
Tonette Vasquez is reducing those chances by introducing foods to Valentina one at a time and then waiting a few days and watching for any allergic reactions.
Valentina, say ah, Valentina. Ah, good girl.
If the baby has an allergic reaction like a skin rash, gas, diarrhea, or has trouble breathing, stop giving her that food and tell your doctor. When your baby is about 4 months old, WIC schedules an appointment so you can get the information you need about introducing solids when your baby is ready. WIC also provides vouchers for your baby's first foods, like rice, cereal, fruit, and vegetables. For exclusively breastfeeding moms like Tonette Vasquez, WIC gives her extra jars of food for Valentina, plus jars of meat for when the baby's ready. Tonette also gets vouchers for canned salmon and sardines, plus extra food for herself until Valentina turns a year old.
I get vegetables and fruits, bread, I get cheese, I get milk, I get eggs, I get tuna fish. I mean, it's a lot of things that's given to me, from WIC, and it's saved me so much money, over the months.
All this extra food is to make sure that breastfeeding moms like Tonette and her baby Valentina get the nutrition they need to stay healthy during this important time in their lives.
And I really appreciate it. Go WIC!
For the WIC Show, I'm Paola Laverde.
As you just saw, being an exclusive breastfeeding WIC mom is not only good for your budget, but it's good for you and your baby too. In our next story, we hear from a WIC mom about her experiences breastfeeding, in her own words.
Breastfeeding is the best feeling in the world. As soon as you put your baby on your breast, you fall in love with them. My name is Brandy Gates, and I have 2 children. Azaria and Zalia, and Azaria's 5, and Zalia is 7 weeks old. I'm breastfeeding her now currently, and I breastfed Azaria for 19 months. I come from a long line of breastfeeders. My grandmother breastfed my mom breastfed her 7 children, my aunties breastfed, so it's a family tradition to breastfeed our children. When I first became pregnant, I did know I was going to breastfeed, but I thought I was going to combo feed, meaning using breast milk and formula. I ended up exclusively breastfeeding, actually because my husband went to a WIC class, breastfeeding class with me, and they showed us the Lego charts and how breast milk compares to formula. And after that, he was like, no, we're not giving the baby any formula. We're only going to breastfeed. So we ended up exclusively breastfeeding Azaria. When I breastfed Azaria, it was perfect. She came out latching. She breastfed perfect in the hospital. We came home, she was fine. The only challenge that I had was a little bit of engorgement. With Zalia, it wasn't so beautiful. We had troubles in the hospital. She latched on as soon as she was born, but a few days I started to get a little sore. I thought I was doing everything right, but it was still tender on the left breast. So I saw the lactation consultant. She helped me. We got home. I had engorgement again. Tons of milk. And then a few days later, we got thrush, which is a kind of yeast infection on the breast. Very easily treated, but it was painful. As a WIC peer counselor, I am humbled because my first experience was so great that I thought everybody should have this great experience and why they don't want to breastfeed. And now I can see the challenging parts of it that, it does make you sometimes want to doubt, is this going to happen again, or should I continue breastfeeding? It's worth it at the end because it went away. It's going great now. With breastfeeding, I've already lost all of my baby weight with Zalia. It's gone. I can fit all my normal clothes again. You save money. You don't have to buy pretty much anything. You don't have to, it saves time because you don't have to get up and make bottles. You don't have to pack tons of stuff in your diaper bag. I actually carry a bigger purse as my diaper bag. I just put wipes, diapers, an extra outfit for her, and a blanket. So if I'm in public, I can, cover up, but I don't have to pack water and bottles and formula. At first, I was a WIC client before I even worked at WIC. So, actually, and I had a peer counselor. I know everybody isn't fortunate enough to have a peer counselor, but a peer counselor is somebody who calls you, who knows a lot about breastfeeding, and pretty much supports you through it. You have 24-hour access to her, so you can call her anytime you have a question or concern. I also was able to get a pump from WIC to help with pumping and storing all that extra milk that I had when I was going back to school. And with Zalia as well, I'm going to return back to work, so I was able to get a pump. I was also able to see the lactation consultant for free. Great advice. Everything she told me worked perfectly. If you want to breastfeed and you don't have a lot of breastfeeding support at home, you can get support from WIC. WIC has breastfeeding support groups that you can go to depending on which WIC site you're at. You can ask a breastfeeding counselor on staff when they are. They'll let you know the schedule. I could say the one reason why I really push breastfeeding to women, especially African American women, is because our infant mortality rate is higher than everyone else's. That means our babies die at twice the rate of white babies, of Latino babies, of Asian babies. And it's really important, that your baby could die from asthma or from pneumonia, and breastfeeding can help reduce that risk. So don't think that, it's formula versus breast milk. It's all the same. Think your baby could be healthier if you choose to breastfeed. I always tell people, when you breastfeed, you can be a proud mom because you can say, my baby's this big because of me. I sat down and took time to actually feed her. Breastfeeding is the best feeling in the world. You just feel so emotionally just overwhelmed with love, and you want to be a great mom, and you just feel so relaxed when you're doing it, at ease. Your baby bonds with you. They look up at you, they smile at you, they make little noises, and you can, really play with them. You get to look at them and feel their skin, and you have time to just relax, and you can use it as an excuse. I can't do that right now, I'm breastfeeding. Because it's great. It's a beautiful thing. My mom says it's genius. It's genius.
For breastfeeding support, call the breastfeeding helpline at your WIC agency or ask your WIC counselor. If you're not a WIC participant, ask your healthcare provider for a WIC agency nearest you.